So let me just check the life of the stream here. We are good. And thanks to all the viewers who are viewing YouTube live premiere, viewing on BitChute, etc. Let's talk about our playlists. If you haven't checked out our playlists, youtube.com/smAsho/playlists is the place to be. You'll find smAshlights, the smAsh News Network, the official news network of the channel. You know, smAsh News Network, least busted name in news. Well, we've got a new segment coming out called the Smash Hole of the Week. So if you've got ideas for this week's Smash Hole, I think we're going to actually change the spelling of the word to W-E-A-K. Smash Hole of the Week, W-E-A-K, the week, yeah. So that way we won't be constrained to a weekly show. We can cover however many Smash Holes we need to cover. As sometimes there seems to be a plethora of Smash Holes. So we did a special last night, by the way, because of coronal mass ejections and coronal holes striking the Earth and geomagnetic unrest. Again, please press like and subscribe on YouTube if you enjoy the content. Tell your friends, your foes, your science noobs, your science pros, and everybody in between about the channel by sharing on your social media. Leave us a comment. Press the notification bell. And don't forget to press like. No, that's okay. We'll wait. You just subscribe, and we'll just wait around all day for you to press subscribe and like. The video can't continue here at the Smash News Network until you do so. All right, so anyway, we've got all kinds of views of the coronal mass ejection that's been striking in the past 24 hours, as well as the coronal hole wind stream. Thanks to our BitChute users, look for a 300-plus subscriber exclusive coming to BitChute soon. BitChute.com/smAshomash. Today we've got a cosmology segment. Oh, and once again, a reminder, don't forget to leave a comment. Let us know who you think the Smash Hole of the Week is, as there is often quite a variety. Thanks to our patrons, who are not Smash Holes at all. Please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/smAshomash. And if you're paying us less than $3 per month, please upgrade to $3 or more per month, because you won't be getting any benefits unless you're at $3 or more per month. So thanks to all of our patrons regardless. Patreon.com/smAshomash. Again, we do have a video coming out about coronal holes. It's all in the works. And we'll be talking about the current sheet and a little bit of the cosmology associated with coronal holes as well during that video. We'll have a guest host, and who it is shall have to remain classified. And I think I pressed the wrong button there. By the way, there's a coronal hole history page at solon.info. Go check that out if you like. solon.info/solar contains a link to this page here. And I believe the coronal hole that is currently geo-effective is actually this one here, number 986, the northern one. I'll be looking for some geo-effects of this southern one, which was trans-equatorial also, by the way. Today we're not rolling any dice to figure out which object to cover. We're just going to cover Cygnus X3, which you're viewing it right now on Chandra, which is an X-ray telescope. And the interesting thing that's noteworthy about Cygnus X3 is that you're looking down directly a poloidal field jet. That's why this is the brightest intrinsic object in the Milky Way galaxy. So from the view of our solar system, the star in the sky Deneb, part of the summer triangle, it's actually much farther away than a lot of stars that appear brighter in the sky. This is the brightest intrinsic object visible from Earth. And it all has to do with the orientation. So this is a known cosmic ray point source as well. It's quite an interesting object, to say the least. If you want to read lots of stuff about it, head to smashomash.com/forum. Here, I'll show you how to do it. If you just type in smashomash.com or smashomash.org, you'll end up on our homepage, which shows all of our social media. Just click on this arrow in the upper right. And also a link to the smAsho forum and the smAsho stores. So pick up some merch at the stores. Head to the forum if you like. One of the forums is a cosmology forum. And we haven't been doing a lot there because I'm too busy. I'm extremely underpaid and overworked. Anyway, there's a whole thread there about Cygnus X3 massive X-ray binary, celestial pole star Deneb. And it's quite interesting, to say the least. So go have a read about one of the only known cosmic ray point sources, the star to which Göbekli Tepe appears to be aligned. Maybe that'll spark your interest. Here's X3 on the 2-mass infrared light. And I believe what you're seeing there is actually part of the jet. I think what you're seeing is, this is the portion of the jet that's oriented away from you, and this is the point of the jet that's oriented toward you. So it's quite interesting indeed. Here it is again on the Chandra, which is only going to show you X-ray. And you can see the toroidal shape around this. And you know, this is, you're looking down a poloidal field here. And this object is able to send protons all the way into the surface of the Earth. Believe it or not, it just happens to be true. I don't know how else to explain it. If you want to follow the X-ray output of Cygnus X3, it's actually reached around what appears to possibly be the peak of its current activity right around New Year. So you see it got into this very stable mode right here at the end of this. That's kind of at the top of Cygnus X3's normal range. So that's the X-ray transient output of X3. And the interesting thing about X3 is that this object orbits a Wolf-Rayet star at a period of 4.8 hours. So it's traveling at relativistic speeds. And that's why we see the jet turn off and on every 4.8 hours. It's a bit strange. But in any case, if you read papers about X3, and we have them linked on the website, you may find it even stranger. So, yeah. So perhaps have a read about that. That's today's cosmology segment. And let's move on to some more current data, as we're in a state of geomagnetic unrest, as Bremsstrahlung occurs in the geospace. And that's part of the reason why we tell you not to be scared of CERN, folks. Because if you're worried about CERN, you obviously have no idea what's going on in space. And in space regularly, the coronal hole, wind streams, and so on create a situation with relativistic speed interactions happening right above your head, which is why CERN's not going to open a, quote, black hole, end quote, or cause the Earth to enter into a hell dimension. It's just not going to be a thing. So you should stop worrying about CERN. And no, CERN is not causing sunspots to form, if you're wondering about that. So the current solar wind speed is off of its highs, which made it all the way up to about 630 kilometers a second, now down to about 550 kilometers a second. Solar wind density still elevated here at 8.1, and it made it all the way to 50 last night at the beginning of the coronal hole wind stream. So that was the leading edge of the coronal hole wind stream, made it up to 50 protons per cubic centimeter, but then promptly simmered down to a low of 3.2. And now it's come back up again a little bit here, again around 7 protons per cubic centimeter, and a speed of 553 kilometers per second, which is pretty quick. Let me close that coronal hole stream. And again, what I'm talking about when I say Bremsstrahlung is a term which is pretty much just a German term. And, oops.
Bremsstrahlung.
And Bremsstrahlung is a term that means the braking radiation, the deceleration radiation that occurs, usually from an electron. When a proton makes it to the Van Allen belt, there are all kinds of funky things that happen in space. You create ionization pathways, and plasma aligns to magnetic fields, and current is produced, and all kinds of radiation is produced. And the Bremsstrahlung is literally the radiation coming from those. In other words, that's what they're measuring inside of CERN. is the breaking radiation. And we see this coming out of things like the poloidal fields. I think I've done a callback there. By the way, we'll be featuring information from the Tromo Geophysical Observatory in the future. Let's get back to current data. Geomagnetic unrest is a thing. And let me just check the life of the stream here. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in, whether you viewed live or you viewed